All right, let's try that again. Hey everyone, my name is Mindez. I use she, their pronouns, and yeah, glad to be part of Prospitals. This marathon's gone incredibly so far, and we're going from one Game Gear Tales game into another. We've just had Sonic Trouble from the Amazing Flying Fox, and now we have Tails Adventure or Tails Adventures. I'm not sure. Like they changed the name of the game when localizing it, and for some reason didn't change the title screen because, you know, why would they? I am joined by my co-commentator. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm CBK, and I'm also a Sonic game runner. I don't run this game, but I love it, and it's really cute, and I'm really happy to be here.
It is a really cute game, and it's also one of the less known games in the Sonic franchise. So yeah, I think we are all good to go. Wanna count me down?
Let's go. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's go.
All right, good luck.
Thank you very much.
So go ahead, Mindez. You start.
Cool. So yeah, we're going to be doing a bit of a trick here straight off the bat. We're going to be doing infinite flight exploit. Not a glitch, because it is any percent the glitchless category. But we can just cancel out of flight and restart flying. And for some reason, they didn't program it so that you'd actually fall or anything. So you can just start flying again immediately. You'd think that'd be a really useful trick. We only use it literally in this screen and then never again. So it's kind of not really that useful of a trick. Okay, we didn't want to go up there, but that's fine. We got to knock back onto the spring. We're going to use it here as well to get up this this little tunnel without having to push the spring over to the right. And there we go. We're now never going to use infinite flight ever again. There we go. So we're starting off in Polyforest 1. There's, I think, 12 levels in this game. And we're not going to be going to all of them because this is a Metroidvania game, which means we've got a world map. We can go to different places. And as we get certain upgrades, we can then go back to previous areas where things will have opened up and we can go to new parts of those areas. So we're going to just get over that through there. You'll notice the background is also very on fire. So these ducks have invaded our island and are burning it down at the moment. And that background actually makes this game lag a heck of a lot. But it's a Game Gear game, so it would lag anyway, regardless of the background. So
More lag to deal with.
yeah, exactly. So we picked up a Chaos Emerald there. You'll notice in the top left corner we've got a ring count. We've currently got 20 rings. Rings in this game are health. So every time we get hit, we're going to lose rings, a certain number of rings. And if we ever get to 0 rings, we are dead. Chaos Emeralds increase our maximum number of rings, as well as our how long we can fly for, which is why we get a bunch of Chaos Emeralds really early in this game, and that's why we have enough flight meters to do basically whatever we want for the rest of the game and get anywhere we need to.
Remote robot.
And at the end of Polyforest 1, we're going to get the remote robot, which is one of the most important upgrades in the game, which is going to let us get some items because it can go through some tunnels.
Yeah, so this is one of Tails' 2 solo games. This is his own adventure. He's a popular character. People want to see him have his own game. So you can see the sprite's actually quite different from the other game. I'm guessing they thought to put a little bit more animation to him. I love his little swag walk as he goes there.
Such a swag walk.
Yeah, he's so proud. He's got a bit of confidence now. He's been on some adventures. He knows what he's doing now.
Mm-hmm.
That's really sweet.
So one thing I do want to mention, this stage is also probably the stage where we are most worried about our health. You can see I've got 6 health at the moment. We're taking quite a few damage boosts that I'm intending to take, just because it's faster to go through things most of the time rather than avoiding things. But every time we get hit by lava or spikes, do 4 damage. So you can imagine, only being on 6 damage. I was meant to throw this bomb up there. Okay, that's really bad. We could die.
We good. We've got 2 rings.
It's okay.
Oh,
we can grab
another ring.
It's okay, we got 3. It's fine.
Yeah,
we still can't survive lava, but it's fine. Okay, all right. I'm going to actually concentrate for a moment.
No worries.
Oh god.
So we've got the remote bomb now. So this means we can place bombs in some of the smaller areas, tighter gaps, which is also what we have the remote robot for. So we'll be using that quite a lot through the run to get through some of the smaller gaps, which Tails can't get through. So we carefully fire through here. So you can see this little gap here. The bomb can just destroy the platform. I'm going to do a lot of like damage boosting.
I have 1 health. I'm really, really nervous right now.
Oh, you can do it. I believe.
We are about to get another Chaos Emerald, and when you get a Chaos Emerald, you do heal, but we got to get through these mice first. I'm taking this a little bit carefully.
Yeah. So Chaos Emeralds give us
that's fine.
20 rings, and rings, like Mindez was saying, act like health, so we'll have basically 20 health. So that'll be a nice little boost. The Chaos Emerald also improves our flight meter, so this is why we don't need to do the infinite flight glitch anymore, or not glitch.
Okay, there we go.
But,
we now have plenty of health. Okay.
Can relax now. Can breathe.
I just wanted to make this extra dramatic just for Frostbite.
Yeah, for the suspense.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's right. We're safe now. We've got 26 rings.
Yeah. So we're gonna throw these bombs up here without going through that platform because we just have to go back down. And this is the end of Volcanic Tunnel for the first time. This is also the first stage we are going to come back to once we get another type of bomb later on in the run. But for now, Poly Mountain 1.
Yeah, so first time seeing Poly Mountain. That was Poly Forest first. So this stage is mostly vertical. We're going to damage boost through some of these little enemies called cuckoos that we saw earlier. As we go higher, there is another upgrades or a few more upgrades we could get, but we don't really need them for the run, so we're just going to ignore that. So just going to keep moving upwards. Stay to the right. Go ahead, Mindez.
We just went past an upgrade on the right there. That's the one that we have to come back to get because we can't currently destroy the wall next to it.
Yeah.
But we will be back for that later.
Yeah. As Mindez was saying, this is kind of a Metroidvania, so we're going to have to do some backtracking to pick up some upgrades later on, so we can keep progressing through the game. Do some damage boosting. Hoping it doesn't cause too much lag.
I see those ducks doing the squats down there.
Yeah, I love the little like funky dance that they do. Little legs. That really made me laugh.
That's them gearing up to jump, but you've got plenty of time to get over them before they actually jump. So.
This cracks me up.
And you'll notice the game lagging so much here as well, just because of the sheer number of sprites on screen. I'm going to thread the needle there to get all the way down.
Yeah, it's working hard. So Mindez is actually...
I always like that. I feel like that always looks like really nice.
Yeah, I was just good.
We also have random wind currents as well. Yeah, go ahead.
So I was just going to mention, you're actually playing on a Game Gear and like...
oh yeah, I'm actually playing on a Game Gear.
Yeah, it is even more laggy than emulator apparently, you were saying, which is it's quite funny.
Oh, 100%. So we're entering into our second boss here. This is Speedy, or Grand Battle Cuckoo the 15th. And yeah, he's going to come down from the top of the screen. We're going to try and not get hit by him, but because we fly so high up on the screen, like, we don't really have any chance of avoiding him, really. So we're just going to kind of move left and right to try and avoid him, but it's very possible that he just comes down and hits you regardless, because... where he comes down is not completely random. It's based on Tails' X and Y position on the level, but it would basically be frame perfect for the entire stage to actually manipulate it, as far as we know. But we're gonna head up the right side here. So if he does hit us, we should at least land on the platform, and that should be the end of that. And that's the second boss complete. He's going to give us our third Chaos Emerald, and that's the last one that we're going to collect because all the other Chaos Emeralds are way off the path. And these three are basically given to us. So we're going to be beating the rest of the game with just 40 health.
So what actually...
Get a little...
Also, what happens when you do collect all the Chaos Emeralds, out of curiosity?
You get 100 total health, and... a maximum flight meter, but other than that, nothing.
Okay, so not really that helpful.
There's no like super tails or anything.
Oh, that's a shame.
There totally should be though. And this after that cutscene, we also have the Sea Fox, which we saw in the previous game as well.
Let's come back.
There's a little underwater sub. It looks a little bit. It looks a lot like more detailed in this game, I think.
That's very cute.
But there you go. So this is Lake Rocky. This is a hub that we're going to be coming back to multiple times throughout this game. We're going to different exits. And for the most part, we're just pathing from one side to the other, avoiding using our weapon as much as possible because all the projectiles create lag. So this is probably a good time for donations or messages if you had any.
All right, yes, we have Tempest Strife with $5 saying, adding this extra $5 to get to 25. Thank you for running my first Sonic Tails game, Sonic Triple Trouble, and continuing the Tails block with Tails Adventure. Amazing. and we are so close to getting to that milestone. We are less than $30 away, so I keep just like watching the screen and like, anytime now, we're so close.
Heck yeah. We're going to try and go over that mine. It's a little bit finicky, very, very precise, but if you can do it, you avoid having to fire and lagging the game slightly. There's so much in this game that's just lag management. Much as the same with other Game Gear speedruns, as we saw with Triple Trouble.
Was this released on any other platforms? Was it just Game Gear?
It was also released on DS. You can get it on the DS store. Unless that's shut down now. I know it's shutting down soon, or maybe it's already shut down, I'm not sure. As like an eShop game. And you could also get it, they also released it with Sonic Adventure. It was one of the unlockable like bonus games in there.
Yeah.
So there are other ways to play it, but we're on original hardware right now. And yeah, this is the next level, Cavern Island. So a lot of the gimmick of Cavern Island is we've got these little waterways, and there's a lot of water currents that are going to be knocking us around.
So it's going downwards. We don't have too much resistance there, so it goes quite fast.
Yeah. In most cases in this first part, it's actually quite beneficial. Like, they're always pushing us in the way we want to go, which is nice. Like, you'll notice there's lag every time these platforms break, because, you know, Game Gear. Hello, why did you not die? Okay. But yes, we're going to get our next upgrade here. So we need to go up this water shaft, but this water tunnel pushes you down. So we have to send the remote robot up, which can completely ignore these water currents. And that's going to be our first upgrade. We're going to be getting 3 upgrades in this area. This is a really key area for our inventory. We're going to lure that bat over to the left, not get hit by it. Oh, I hate this stage. The bats here are so annoying. We want to bait it to the left and then go up the right side.
Yeah, nice.
Second time lucky. There we go.
Sorry to interrupt, but we have reached $52,000, so we are getting that bonus game later tonight.
Yes!
Let's go.
That is exciting. We're going to use a bit of a strat here. So this water tunnel usually pushes you up so you can't go down it. But if you take damage, the falling animation from taking damage actually is prioritized over the water current. So because of that, we can just like fall down the shaft without having to go all the way around, which is quite nice. Speedrun wise. I'm going to use the remote bomb again. I should actually mention the way the inventory works in this game. So we've got one item equipped in the top left, and we can switch out which item we have currently selected. But you can only bring 4 items with you, and you have to go back to Tails' house if you to change items. So if you accidentally bring the wrong items, sorry, you're going all the way back to Tails' house.
That's a long journey, all the way back to his house.
Yeah. And here we have the napalm bomb.
Yes. Why are we giving Tails napalm?
The iconic upgrade in this game. Tails is canonically 8 years old and has a napalm bomb upgrade.
This is so responsible.
The youngest and cutest of all the war criminals. Anyway. So yes, this boss has 2 phases. The first phase, we can just quite happily sit above it and throw some bombs down. The second phase, because we've got bombs coming from the ceiling, we can't do that, so we have to get very good with our aim and our dodging to try and get those in there. I am not doing super well at this, because it's quite precise the target you need to hit. It's just like the neck area of the cuckoo.
That's an interesting hitbox.
Yeah. Oh, this is going really, really awkwardly. There we go.
Yeah, let's go.
And with that, we're going to get our next upgrade again. 8-year-old boy Tails gets the anti-air missiles.
Yeah, that's just, he's responsible. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can trust Tails.
So we're going to do a bit of menuing here. We're going to switch our items out. We're going to switch the mine for the napalm bomb because we need that. We're going to go to the dock. We're going to equip the Sea Fox with the mines and the anti-air missiles. And then we're going to take the Sea Fox out back to Lake Rocky for the second time to go get the second exit. This one's not super far, but we do have time for 1 or 2 quick donations.
First, I want to thank everyone that has donated so far. I'm very happy that we've met that incentive. So we'll be having Sonic Adventure 2 battle later tonight. Very exciting. And we had Steph with $25 saying, thank you so much for the charity stream. This is my first time commenting, but I have to for the Blue Hedgehog block. Let's have fun watching the runners at Sonic speed.
Excuse me, this is the orange box block. I don't know what blue hedgehog you could possibly be talking about. There is no blue hedgehog in this game.
Never heard of it.
So this is the next boss. This is Cuckoo Cruiser. I'm just literally gonna spam anti-air missiles.
This takes like 48 hits, doesn't it? Like it's
48 hits.
This is ridiculous.
And while we are sat here, it can't hit us.
Oh yeah, it's just button
The
mashing.
screen just pushes us around a little bit, but it's 48 hits of this. So,
Thrilling gameplay.
thrilling game. There we go. All right.
Nice.
Now I get to make my favorite joke of any Tales Adventure run. So the next stage is Green Island. But it's not going to be green by the time we leave it, because this is where we're actually going to make use of the napalm bomb.
Tails is on his way.
Yeah, this is the one stage that we need the napalm bomb for. We just need to be able to get through this this wall here that can only be destroyed with the napalm bomb,
That's
basically.
literally the only part in the run that we use it, right?
We are done with napalm.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, the little robot. That's adorable.
Yeah, so we have the little enemies here. I don't know what they are, like what their names are. I don't think they're part of the Cuckoo Empire. We've not really talked about the story of this, but we'll talk about the story in a moment.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
But for now, there are a bunch of upgrades that we can get on Green Island. We're only going to be getting one of them.
Yep.
So one of the upgrades later on is night vision goggles, which will let us see in the dark, and you'll see exactly why it's important that we get that, and we're going to completely not get it later on in the run. But we do get the extra speed, because we are speedrunners, and so we want to go fast, so we need speed, right? Speed! And you'd think that'd be like an item that lets Tails go faster or something like that, but no, it's an upgrade for the Sea Fox that hell, lets it jump? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you might be asking, like, how can a submarine jump? And we'll be seeing that in the next stage. Yeah, it's a shame that they've never released, like, more Tails-focused games.
Yeah.
Because there were two, both in the same year, both released in 1995 on the Game Gear, and then never anymore.
That was Tails this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to equip the extra speed here, and we're going to go back to Lake Rocky for a third time. And now I think it's time to talk about the lore of this game.
Yeah, I mean, I could go over a little bit. So there's two different laws, actually, from the US manual and the Japanese manual. So in the US manual, Tails is taking a holiday in his favourite holiday spot. Sonic and Tails have separated for a bit of vacation time, and he was relaxing, but the peace didn't last long. Suddenly the woods was ablaze, a flying fortress, launching attacks, and Tails, being the hero that he is, launches into action, and yeah, he ends up in his own little adventure without Sonic. The Japanese manual is a little bit different. It says that this is before Tails met Sonic, and the island in the US one is called Tails Island, and in the Japanese manual it's called Coco Island. So very different stories. It looks like they've just been given free rein to make their own story based around the game. But yeah, it's quite interesting, all the differences between it. But yeah, very, very fun lore in this game. Deep lore.
Yeah. So yeah, Tails just relaxing one day, and then a bunch of, like, an army of ducks just shows up. And
Yeah.
that's.
I don't know if this has to do with Eggman, or I don't think there's any reference to Eggman in this game.
I don't think there is any relation. I think. Oh, we want to go up, not right. I always make that mistake. At least I didn't go all the way off the screen and have to do this whole thing again. So yeah, we're going to the third exit of Lake Rocky, not the first, Mindez. But yeah, like I know the Cuckoo Army has cropped up again in the comics. I think once or twice, maybe. I've not read the comics, but like I think there is a little bit of information about them around. But yeah, they're a completely separate empire, nothing to do with Eggman. There's no Eggman in this game. Sonic, I said that there's no Blue Hedgehog in this game. I lied. Sonic technically is in this game.
Oh, is he?
There is an upgrade called Sonic that lets you spin dash.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
And there's an upgrade called Knuckles that lets you punch.
Ooh, I like that one.
But unfortunately, neither of them are on the speedrun route. Sonic should be on the speedrun route because the spin dash is so fast, but unfortunately it's so far out the way and you get it so late in the game that we can't justify including it in the run.
That's a shame.
It's a shame. All right, so now here on Lake Crystal, this is the Sea Fox's jumping capability. So health management is going to be important here. Everything here hits us for 5 points of damage. However, we don't really want to avoid everything. We ideally want to finish this stage around about 9 health. And this is how the extra speed works. So it plays a sound effect. And the later into the sound effect you press, the higher you jump. And that is a really obnoxiously high jump. You have to get on the, you only have a few frames at the end to even make that jump. So doing that casually is just a nightmare. And even in the speedrun setting, it's a nightmare. So we're going to do a small jump just to lure that Cuckoo down. Otherwise, it's going to knock us down again. So we want to get hit about another 2 times. And the reason we're going to do that is because in a moment, we are going to take a death warp. So the less we have to get hit to do that death, the better. So it is optimal to finish this. It's actually optimal to finish with about 5 to 8 health, but 9's alright too, which means we have to take 3 hits instead of 2. 14. Okay, I should have got hit by that barrel. I just jumped over it as a reflex. It's fine. We were on 14 health. Alright, and this is Poly Mountain 2. This is why we should have grabbed the night vision goggles.
I mean, this is a pro. Without any...
This is concentration time, so one sec. I actually cannot do this when looking at the screen because I need to see the edges of the screen.
Yeah, this has some pretty complex platforming in here. And so we're going to be using the bombs that actually carve some steps a little bit later on. So yeah, Mindez has memorized this. So just feeling around to see where the platforms are.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're in a kind of large chamber here where there's wind pushing down, so we can't just fly up. So yeah, we need to do a specific set of platforms to kind of progress to each next level of the room. But if we fall, we do fall all the way back to the bottom.
Be very careful.
And this is, as CBK says, the most complex part here, where we're going to be carving steps into the side of a pillar. And I hope I don't mess this up. Let's see.
Got this.
Nice, there we go. Okay, perfect.
Nice.
So with that, we can throw a couple of bombs over to the right, and that's going to let our remote robots go through this broken wall that you can't even see. And we're going to go through a little tunnel up here to grab an item.
Very cool. It's impressive how you remember where to go, where everything is.
The night vision goggles used to be on the route, but then I was like, they're in Green Island right at the end, and I just don't like doing Green Island.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of the reason that we don't bother with the night vision goggles anymore. This, in fact, talking about the routing of this game. So this is this route or this category never even existed before, like last year when myself, Amber Cyprin, and Jimmy Diamonds routed the game together. So it's a fairly new route. But yes, that gets us the large bomb, which we're going to use to go back to other places that we've already been and take some alternate paths to get some more upgrades. So back to Volcanic Tunnel, which we visited right at the beginning of the game, but we're going to take a separate path. This first screen, though, is going to be exactly the same as last time, so this might be a good time for messages or donations if you have any.
For sure, we have the Sound Defense with $25 saying, this marathon is doing too much good. I'm balancing that out by donating for the Pure Dark category for Shadow the Hedgehog. It's time for evil to have its day. And yeah, it looks like a lot of people really want Pure Dark to win. However, Neutral is winning right now with 200. So yeah, if you want that evil, that pure darkness, maybe consider donating. We also have another incentive open for Shadow the Hedgehog, which is an incentive to watch the cutscene highlights. We are at 1,785 out of 2,000. We still have about $215 to go, and it's the next run. So we don't have too much time because Mindez is going fast.
Gotta go fast. I have a fairly conservative estimate in case a few things go wrong, but so far this run's actually been going pretty well. And that's the wall that we need the large bomb to destroy. Now the large bomb is really awkward in how it works. So it's low, so you put it down and then it explodes after a certain amount of time. But sometimes it explodes one level, sometimes it explodes 2 levels, sometimes it doesn't explode the left side. What?
That was interesting.
All right. I don't know why, but it's very strange. It's definitely got some sub-pixel shenanigans going on. We don't have good strategies to manipulate it. If we could get double explosions every time on that would be fantastic. Destroying that wall in one large bomb was actually really good. This is genuinely actually a pretty good run.
Yeah, it's gone really well.
Not gonna lie. And this boss we just cheesed by dropping a few large bombs on the back.
Nice.
Boss dead.
Easy. Ooh, we've got extra armor now.
And then we get the extra armor. Yeah, that's gonna be our upgrade for the Sea Fox. But right now we need to go back to Poly Mountain 1. We're going to try and destroy these. We damage boosted off these enemies before, but we're going to try and kill them this time by using a couple of very quickly placed large bombs. Because large bombs, usually you put them on the floor and they explode later, but if you put them on an enemy, they explode immediately. So you need to drop them right on the enemy. Okay, we're going to drop a large bomb in there. And I'm going to head down here. I'm going to use the remote robot to grab this item so that we don't get stuck with the elevator.
Rocket booter.
Rocket booter. Yeah, that's the iconic rocket booter upgrade, which this game has a lot of typos.
Yeah, it definitely is a typo.
It definitely should be rocket booster, but it's fine. It's fine.
Booting up the rocket.
And with that, we have all the upgrades that we need. So let's go back to the Sea Fox, and we're going to equip the the rocket booster in place of the Vulcan gun, the extra armor in place of the extra speed, and let's go to Lake Rocky for the final time. And this is a path that we can only get through now that we have the extra armor. But the first part of this is going to be the same as before. So again, let's get some more donations if there's any.
For sure. We have a $25 donation from Anonymous saying, as a parent to an 11-year-old daughter, I'm grateful and happy to support the Malala Fund. Thank you to everyone involved and for supporting an important and wonderful cause. Very nice donation. Thank you very much. I would like to remind everyone that we are raising funds to Malala Fund. Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, Malala Fund partners with education advocates and activists who are breaking down barriers that hold girls back. So once again, thank you for all the donations. And we are pretty close to meeting that Shadow the Hedgehog cutscene highlight incentive, so less than $200 to go. We are at 1,810 out of 2,000. And quick update on the bid war, Neutral is winning with 200 and Pure Dark is in second with 165.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how that goes. But yeah, so this is what I called the gauntlet. It's just a bunch of screens with a bunch of cannons and mines, and yeah, we are not going to be dealing with any of it. Because we've got the extra armor, you can just literally use the extra armor. You see we've got this invincibility shield around us. Once we've activated the extra armor, we just don't take damage. We just full stop, do not take damage from anything. We do have to use the mines on each of these screens at some point to break something below us so that we can get access to the next area. So we're having to constantly switch between the extra armor and the mines. But that's fine. The way we've set up the menuing so far and like position the items, the mines are next to the extra armor in our inventory, so it's a nice quick swap. So we're going to switch over to the mines here. You see, you have to pause the game in order to switch your item, so you'll lose quite a bit of time that way if you don't have your item set up in a good way. We're going to destroy this tunnel thing, which does not look like it's destroyable, but is.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And this is going to be the final screen. We're going to be very careful not to glitch through there, because if you break through the top blocks, for some reason you tend to glitch and go through them without actually destroying them. Generally, for the most part, there's not a lot of glitches in this game, though. Like there's one severely game-breaking one, but which is why this is specifically a glitches category.
Yeah, there is a glitch.
But for the most part, there's not. For the most part, it's pretty solid. But yeah, so here we are in Cocoa Island, which was also the name of the island, but also is the name of this smaller island as well. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the Japanese name of the island, wasn't it? It's interesting.
Yeah. It's yes. You don't think too hard about the lore of the game.
It's very confusing. So this is like the main
But yeah,
base.
so this is the main base of the Cuckoo Empire. In particular, I think this is the weapons lab of the Cuckoo Empire, because the boss that we're going to fight in here is the main weapons engineer, I think. But so maybe I don't know. Maybe he's got like upgraded napalm or something.
Maybe he's the one leaving everywhere.
Maybe, yeah, maybe that's the lore. Maybe the Cuckoo Empire just leaves their napalm lying around,
Yeah.
and that's how Tails gets his interest in bombs.
Irresponsible.
Yeah, I like to think that like Tails is just really reckless with like explosives before Sonic comes along, and then it's like Sonic comes along and he kind of chills out a bit.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fine, let's stop using bombs.
Yeah, he's like Tails. Maybe we let the bombs go.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're just making our way through here. The main gimmicks here, we've got conveyor belts, we've got these switches which open up pathways, and we've got a lot of the cuckoos around here that I'm mostly damaging. I'm either avoiding or damage boosting on that are crouching, because they are very slow to kill. You can only kill them when they stand up, and they only stand up for about half a second, so it's just easier and faster to not bother with them. Here we have to use the remote robots to go and press a switch. However, this conveyor belt up here is working against us, so we want to fly over it. So by getting to a certain height, we can just about avoid touching the ground pretty much by a pixel. And we don't want to touch those beams either. Those beams up there would cancel the remote robots and return it to Tails immediately. So there's a lot of like new mechanics all suddenly happening around at once, right at the end of the game. Which is somewhat questionable in terms of game design, but it works.
Difficulty spike.
Yeah, very, very, very difficulty spike. But this is kind of like the main theme of the rest of the game, because we are getting very close to endgame right now. Alright, we're gonna use the bombs here, blow these open. And we don't have a lot of this screen left to go. Okay, that didn't destroy the top block for some reason.
You never know. It's just a gamble.
It really is. Like, there is no consistency between like which blocks the bomb blows up.
Is there a lot of RNG in this game? Is there any other like instances of RNG?
Not particularly. The main source of RNG comes from the Game Gear eating inputs.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But here we have Dr. Fukurakov.
Ooh, it's fluffy.
If we were talking about the funny boss names in Triple Trouble earlier, I think Dr. Fukurakov is one of the best ones in this game, at least.
Yeah, he's the weapons engineer. Yeah, you're right.
He's the weapons engineer, yeah. So he traps us in this pit. We're just gonna blow a hole in the side and take our buddy up here, little robot buddy. We're gonna try and avoid touching the ground so that we don't have to take off again, but that's really hard to do. Very, very precise, very pixel perfect. We've got it on one of the floors, but not the other two. And then we just push this conveniently placed rock on his head.
Why is there a rock there out of nowhere?
I don't know. I think in the other release of the game on the DS and the GameCube for Sonic Adventure, I think they actually replaced that with like a tech like block or something like that.
That would make more sense.
But yeah. So then the Battle Fortress goes off into the sky. We need to go back to Tails' house and leave Tails' house immediately so that the game registers that we've got the rocket booter, because if for some reason it just doesn't realize that at that point. And then, you know what? The last stage is coming up. It's like it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm going to have a quick power nap.
Yeah, night, Mindez. Have a good sleep. Oh no, Sonic fell off Slowpoke.
Sonic is also having a power nap.
Alright, bedtime everyone. Alright. It's a good time for host messages if there are any.
Alright. So I would like to remind everyone that we still have not met that Shadow the Hedgehog incentive. We are about $200 away. We are very close to the end of this run. Shadow the Hedgehog is the next run. We also have the beat war going on. Neutral is winning with $200. We have a donation by Saltis Jeff, $5 saying, I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero at the end of the run. He's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast, and I hope we're all having fun. Hopefully that wasn't too bad.
Great. Thank you.
Perfect. So yeah, token auto-scroller stages, because what Sonic game would not have a token auto-scroller stage? So we held right for a bit, now we're holding up for a bit. I've taken a little bit more damage than I like to take in this stage, so I'm actually going to go back and heal before we go to the final zone. But I think having a power nap was worth it.
Yeah. A little bit of sleeping.
So we're going to go back to Tails' house. I'm going to immediately leave Tails' house, because going to Tails' house is one of the things that heals you in this game. And we're going to go up to Battle Fortress, the final stage. And again, it's pretty much a lot of the same gimmicks of Cocoa Island, but kind of dialed up. We're going to fly over this conveyor belt. That conveyor belt's actually pushing us to the left, so by flying over it very precisely, we can avoid getting pushed over to the left. This is a nice, helpful conveyor belt. We just have a bunch more like switches to press, a bunch more walls to get past. But yeah, other than that, this is the final stage.
Yeah, switch and laser puzzles, conveyor belts, a lot of damage boosting for these cuckoos. But then you don't get much lag.
This is also kind of the last section where like health is not exactly at a premium. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna take this the slow way, I guess. We're gonna let's try and fly through. Okay, I managed it.
Yeah.
Second time lucky.
Quite finicky.
It is.
There's a lot of tight gaps in this stage. We just don't want to hit the conveyor belts if they're going in the wrong direction, so it slows down.
Yeah, so that one's going to the left. There is actually an item in the game that lets you reverse the direction of conveyor belts, but it's in this stage, so we'd have to get it, go back out to Tails' house, equip it, and it's like none of them are that bad to just fly over.
Yeah.
So we don't really bother with that. I think the game expects you to have it. Just because the gaps in the conveyor belts are so tight. But yeah, you really don't need it.
Yeah.
And you can usually just jump along a conveyor belt as well as a backup, even if you do touch the conveyor belt. It's just ones like the one below where like the spikes above it, I feel like the game's expecting you to have it there.
Yeah, it'd be quite tricky casually.
Yeah, absolutely. And a large part of it is just figuring out, like a large part of this game casually, because there's no like instructions with any of the items or anything. A large part of it is figuring out what the items do. Because you just get a, you just pick up a wrench and it's like, oh, okay, what do I do with this? And you have to like use it on the little boxes around the map.
Okay, that's interesting.
To, like change the conveyor directions. So I'm pretty sure the first time I beat this game, I didn't even realize you could do that. Yeah, this game, I think this game's a really fun game, like casually.
It's cute. It was quite different.
There's a lot of really interesting upgrades.
Yeah, it's different from the traditional Sonic game. It's quite cute.
Definitely. It's got a reputation of being the slow one, but I think it works. It works pretty well, honestly.
Yeah, I think for Tails' moveset and that, like he's got his gadgets and stuff. That's quite nice.
Yeah, when are we getting Tails Adventure 2? Sega, you
that would be awesome. I would so get that. Nice using the balls.
Alright, sometimes I damage boost through that cuckoo, but he's also about as fast just to kill it, because it just happens to be coming up as you're landing on him. We're going to be lining up a very specific robot pixel here, so I'm going to be trying to get him just about here, I think. Nope, too low.
This is really
we want to be able to fly through this without touching the lasers. So if we hold left now, we should be able to avoid all of them. Nice. You can set that up a little bit faster, but it's I think there's like 2 pixels that you think you can get to get the robot through, and yeah, we were a bit low on the first attempt, but that's fine. We got it. And we're coming up here for the final switch of the game. We're just going to open up the final barrier, and we're going to be able to get on with the final boss. Time is actually coming up. I feel like I'm probably comfortably underestimated. So.
This has gone really well. Really great run.
So we got to get, I think, 12 hits in here. He's going to follow a set pattern around the map. So we're going to just hit him in the... didn't quite make that one. That's fine. We're going to hit him in the most predictable places that he's going to go. Didn't quite get that one. We'll try and get a hit there. And there. And then it should be 2 more hits away, I think. There we go.
Yeah.
And then we have the final phase of the last boss. So that was Grand Battle Cuckoo the 15th. This is oh wait, that was Grand Battle Cuckoo the 16th. This is Grand Battle Cuckoo the 15th. This is the father of the previous Grand Battle Cuckoo. So we're just gonna stand in the middle, throw some bombs. This is a 2-phase fight, so we're gonna get into this first phase. 1 more bomb, I think. There we go. So he's gonna throw a few bombs. We're just gonna fly over them. And then we're going to drop some bombs. We want to avoid getting grabbed by him. And this is the big leader of the Cuckoo Empire. We're just going to drop a few bombs. That is the end of the boss, and time is now.
Yeah,
GG. That felt like a really good
that's
run.
really good.
Yeah, and the boss's stilettos are absolutely fantastic, by the way. I didn't have time to comment on the sprite, but incredible. I love the final boss's sprite. And then Battle Fortress falls to the ground, back into the ocean. And we get the cute little animation here with Tails building the robot.
That's adorable.
Aww. And yeah, that's Tails' adventure. So yeah, big shout outs to everyone that's been part of this marathon so far, and everyone behind the scenes on tech. You're all amazing. It's been incredible to be part of this marathon. Do you have any shout outs, CK, before I finish up?
Just thank you for having me, Mindez. I was really honoured to be here with you and enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, shout outs to the SSC as always.
You are absolutely welcome. So I just want to say before I finish, like, when I first came out as trans, I would like running in a Femme Fatales event was absolutely one of my like goals, and it's been incredible to be part of this community. And so shout outs and thank you to all of the Femme Fatales people. It's really overwhelming to kind of be part of this, and even submitting to this marathon was a very last minute decision, and so like just because of all how supportive everybody's been. So obviously I'm very early in my transition and everything, but it's really affirming to do this for you all today, and hopefully see you all in future events.
We love you, Mindez.
Well, Thank you, Mindez, for the incredible run. They say that time goes by fast when you're having fun, and that was a very fast run. So thank you so much. I would like to let everyone know that we did meet the incentive to watch some cutscenes for Shadow the Hedgehog. So we got those $2,000. We'll be watching the cutscenes and getting all that lore. So thanks everyone to everyone that has been donating. We remember we still have a bid war going on to choose the incentive. So keep an eye on that. Make sure whenever you're donating to assign your donation to an incentive or a bid war of your preference. We have a donation, $30 from Burbs, saying, bonus game, let's go! Yes! I'm so happy we got that bonus game, Matt. More Sonic block. I'm so excited. And with that, we're going to be going on a quick break, and I'll see you all on the other side. We are back. Welcome back, everyone. How is everyone doing? Enjoying this Sonic block? I know I am. I know I'm a big Sonic fan, and I would like I would like to shout out Sega. You see, Sonic the Hedgehog first spat onto the scene in 1991 on the Sega Genesis. Since then, he saved the world on numerous occasions with a host of freedom-fighting friends. Now, over 30 years later, he's been featuring games, shows, movies, comics, concerts, and more. Through it all, one thing has remained. he's gotta go fast. Check out the latest Sonic news over at www.sonicthehedgehog.com. I am so excited to shout out Sega and shout out Sonic the Hedgehog. Whenever I learned that would be one of the sponsors, that's like best day of my life. I'm so happy. And yeah, the next round is going to be Shadow the Hedgehog. Reminder that we do have a bid war for the category. Pure Darkness is winning right now with 255. Neutral is in second with 200, and Hero is in third with 110. So still got a little bit of time to change that result. I believe not too much because it's the next run. And we got a donation from Patrick, $25, saying, gotta donate during Sonic Block. Been loving all the runs this week and everyone is doing such a good job. Thanks to the IT team for all their behind the scenes work. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, IT team. Thank you so much for making this happen. We also have... Oh, I lost the donation. I'm so sorry. I said we have and then I didn't say anything. We have BD Jeffy B with $250. No message, but thank you so much anyways. Very generous. And well, now this time I promise we're gonna see the hedgehog. The coolest one that is, cause Metal Mad B is running Shadow the Hedgehog. Let's go!